Casting a spell. Hocus pocus. Abracadabra. Spell of power. Oh, I did not see you enter. Greetings, wanderer. Take a seat. Now, let this old wizard tell you an epic tale. Yes, the story known as TRUEST ADVENTURE. It is said that the TRUEST ADVENTURE sprang forth from a fast-flowing stream, led by a powerful sorcerer named Snart. These strange words have lost all meaning. I am just a wizard. You awaken in a large hall and cavern, the darkest land you have ever had the pleasure to get proper trapped in. You are trapped within its cavernous cave walks, stuck in the cave. It is said that Snart would consult the waters of the stream for inspiration, mad as that seems. You nailed the flame making. Maybe too well. The barbarian gets spooked by the mad fire and is sent into a mad berserker rage. Henrietta gains control of his frothing rage before he hurts a man. Using the new fire sight, Henrietta checks out the cavernous hall. You notice a shotgun shack in the middle of the flower field. As you move toward the shack, something happens, but you don't see what. Henrietta is quick like the bull, and sees what the sound is. It's the hideous creature, the bagel beast. The beast shambles up to the crew and meekly asks,
"Companions, I like the setup y'all got going on here. May I join your merry band?"
"Let the bagel beast on board. This can't possibly go wrong, the necromancer replies.
"He's a spy for the bagel army, you fool. Can't you see he's wearing spy gear?"
I love doing voices. I really do. Finally, the hex mage chimes in.
"The necromancer has a point there. Then again, it could just be him trying to survive."
The bagel beast's offer stands, but an argument has gripped our three voracious heroes of yore. The hex mage settles the agreement in an instant.
"Check his back. Ex-bagel army members are marked by their peers when they are removed from duty."
It falls to the necromancer to approach the beast's hairy-filled, sweaty back. The necromancer checks the dense fur by smacking his head into the back of the beast 3 times. Not a conclusive investigation by anyone's standards. Necromancer develops the debuff mouth full of f***ing hair and cannot speak for 1 round. The bagel beast is barely impressed by this clear show of affection, and the partial erection is nowhere near rigid enough to do any real damage. The barbarian then notices two shotguns leaned up against the side of the shotgun shack. Using your own back hair as rope, you affix the shotguns to your fists to be used as bludgeoning tools, seeing as they are unloaded. The Hex Mage, feeling sympathy for the bagel beast's flaccid and frankly useless cock, thinks of a spell to make him feel right as rain again.
Abracapocus, Caducus do, summon a goblin sexy woo woo.
The spell begins but craps out halfway through. Only the goblin's upper torso is spun correctly, so that its legs are tiny and vestigial. The goblin begins to crawl towards the bagel beast in a way that is surprisingly sassy given the condition of the goblin's tiny, frankly useless legs. The necromuncher silently observes this mess unfold, his mouth full of fucking hair. The necromuncher decides that skeletons could remove the hair from his mouth. 4 skeletons spill forth from the nether portal, and you command them to claw away the fucking hair that fills your mouth. As they rip and tear at your face, not only is all the hair removed, but other pesky objects stuck in your mouth like your tongue and teeth. You trip on the second step into the shack and fall forwards into the door, which barely budges as your fucking face just splats against it like actual jelly. You also have no teeth now. The bagel beast notices that now that the shack door has been weakened by face and teeth, it may give way to a well-aimed attack. You wind up your raging florid fist as you fly through the air fist first, straight into the shack's door, which immediately becomes naught but splinters. The compression wave from your amazing punch reverberates throughout the room. The vibrations are such that your teeth are rattled straight out of your head and fall outwards and into the barbarian's mouth below you. They land perfectly in his mouth in such a way that he has your teeth now. Bone Marrow the necromuncher has not taken the news of his missing teeth well. In his sadness, he attempts to summon tiny skulls to replace his teeth. It works like a charm, and now has animated skeleton skulls for teeth, all of them moving, all of them not shutting up. You have to shout to be heard above the din of shrieking skulls. The barbarian takes pity upon the bagel beast's floppy and flaccid mouth, as frankly useless as his friendly useless cock. However, he flubs passing the bagel beast the teeth, and drops them all over the floor. He becomes winded with the effort and manages to spit the rest of his own teeth all over the floor also. All of the teeth are on the floor again. 3 of the skeletons begin the arduous task of collecting teeth off of the floor. One of the skeletons complains that this seems to be all it ever does when it is summoned from the nether realm. They collect a total of 37 teeth. Skeleton 4 crafts some teeth into a lovely pair of ivory slippers for the sexy goblin, who equips them immediately. The goblin notices that the shotgun fists of the barbarian have been somewhat damaged by his fall, and manages to pry the barrel of one of the shotguns and fashion it into a flute +1. The sexy gob plays a tune that sass levels are off of the chart. The chart bursts into flames. Everyone hearing the sassy tune has their sassiness raised, and the bagel beast is cured of flaccid useless cock. Evidently aroused, the bagel beast wishes to sing back a sassy tune to the sexy gob, despite his frankly useless singing voice. The bagel beast sings a tune that is literally impossible, mathematically. It reaches a pitch and timbre that does not exist, shattering the nth dimension of space and creating the world's first quantum symphony. It rips a huge tear in space-time's arse, which promptly sucks everyone's teeth out of their faces before closing. But just before the quantum tornar's music can fully close, the Hicks mage attempts to hex it.
Abracadosy! Portal be closey!
Your magics are not quite strong enough to plug the tear before all of your teeth and scooties are sucking into the nth dimension of space. You have just enough time to choose an ally to plug the remaining gap with. Using your incredible magical prowess, you magically lift the bagel beast off of his feet and throw him across the room into the gaping void arse of nth dimension space. The bagel beast is just large enough to plug the gap, but now has a portal to nth dimension space for a butt. The portal, it's doing something. The beast is spouting nonsense. But what is this? He is changing. His beast form was a ruse created by me, for me. And you see, the beast is not so much a beast as a mean sorcerer. As his hair shrinks away to reveal flowing robes spun from ape hair, the sorcerer absorbs the portal to increase his own insane powers. What a shocking and frankly useless twist.
I am frightened by this malicious wizard, but find strength in teeth-related curios. If I can collect enough teeth from the ground to form another piece of equipment, I might be able to make a weapon.
The goblin attempts to craft a new device from the frankly hundreds now useless teeth littering the cavernous space. He collects a good few and fashions them into an ivory shaft. The sexy gob waves the ivory shaft at the mean sorcerer in a suggestive way. he finds himself inexplicably enticed by its gleaming surface. The situation normalizes, the mean sorcerer showing interest in your ivory shaft, but doesn't go so far as to rub up against it.
A Brocca shopping list summon an alchemist.
The Hex Mage's magics form a formless blob, which begins to take form, forming the form of a copper alchemist. Unfortunately, with no teeth, his incantations were not perfect, and the summoning spell was not 100% ideal. The alchemist finds himself split between a log. Max Gunch, the copper alchemist made of a wooden log, attempts to say I am Gunch, but it comes out as Gunch because of the debuff wooden lips. The necromancer offers to cook despite summoning dead flesh for a living, and the only ingredients nearby being loose teeth and wood splinters. Luckily, this is enough to make his specialty tooth and splintered wood soup. He cooks the broth in an iron cauldron, and somehow convinces the party to eat a fluid comprised entirely of their own f***ing teeth and wood chips, and one of them is actually made of wood. Everyone except Max Gunch gains the debuff gum splinters, and cannot eat soup for 2 turns. The barbarian tries to stuff his stinking sweat-soaked loincloth down the mean sorcerer's throat, which works due to uncharacteristic slowness on the sorcerer's part. He was napping and now he has a mouthful of someone's undergarments. If he does not wake soon, he could choke on the filthy fabric and pubes. It is on this compelling cliffhanger that Reese Snart left his tail, before he slept for 1,000 years. I too must rest my weary bones, though I implore you to return so you may hear the truest conclusion to the truest adventure. Give me my chair.